Hi class, so our topic for today is all about the optimizing a movie. So I'm Miss Jaira Zuniga Mansalay from the faculty member of ICT department, your teacher for Animation 2 Basic Adobe Flash. So what is optimizing a movie? We need to first identify what are the objectives. First, our objectives is to analyze the sequence of creating animation using Flash. Familiarize the steps on how to optimize their object. And the last one is to create an animation using optimizing a shape with a gradient fills. So now, let's identify what is optimizing a movie. As you create and modify your shape to your movies, you add the data right to the file. The larger the file, need more processing and slow down the time it takes for your movie. To display the object correctly in a browser, shape with the gradient fills and shape that you have transformed and edited with many curves can take an exceptionally long time to load. So why? Before you publish your movie for use on the web, you should optimize your Flash movie file. On how? When you optimize a file, you modify the file attributes to eliminate the bottlenecks. When we say bottleneck, it is the situation that cause delay in a process or system. So, nagkakaroon siya ng delay in a given frame during the downloading. Your goal is to ensure that the movie plays will regardless of the user's internet connections and speed. So I have here the example on Vanessa how to enhance the fields or the object fields her activity. So you need to replace the gradient fill for your activity. So I have already the activity, for example, is the sky and the dolphin symbols with the solid color. And then I need to optimize the shape to reduce the file. So I need to identify first what are the following steps. So let's go and let's memorize and familiarize the steps on how to optimize our movie that will use to your future activity on your animation subject. So first, start the flash in the file. Flash if you have already your activity, so you can locate where you store your data files, then save to your file name you wanted. So optional file chunks. The sky, dolphin, and symbols contain the gradient, or you have already the object that has gradient fill. So you begin by removing all the gradients from your object symbol. Next, unlock the sky layer in the timeline, then double-click the sky instance on the stage to open the edit window. So you need to go to your timeline, then double-click the instance on the thumbnail, and then the edit window will pop up or open. In the edit window, you can see the various blue colors that make up the gradient as shown in the figure 1. So after you edit the window, you can see the different colors. So we have different colors on the swatches, right? So you can, like this one, viewing the gradient fill in the shape. So on my object, I have a different color. So a lot color from green, it called it as gradient color. So next, the problem is you may need to scroll down to see the sky layer in the timeline. So the problem is after you done all your layers, all your frames, and then you have a lot of layers. The problem is you can scroll down patiently all the objects you have in your animation. But the show property panels if necessary. The property panels if necessary. Next, Click the color box, click the hexadecimal text box, type 003FF, and then press enter if you have your Windows, and then if you have your Mac laptops, so return, and then to the main movie, then lock the sky layer. So what is the use of using the lock button? So it will help you to maintain the objects or maintain the frames you have already created. So it will not destroy any movements or any frames you have created. The shape colors change the color changes. Again, the shape color change the color changes. So if you have already your shape color, and then if you want to change it, the color, the solid blue eliminating the need of the flash to store the intermediary blue colors. You decide to keep the green gradient if the shape, so the next to remove the gradient. So if you have your, for example, object, up before you optimize your object, of course, you need to change or remove the gradient color for for you to help the reducing files. Once your object instance are hidden, ibig sabihin, once your object instance are hidden on the stage, so it's time to you to unlock the layers, and then you edit the dolphin symbols from the library panel. Next, after that, the show library panel, then click the dolphin if you have your dolphin. For example, the name of your object is dolphin, and then it converted also as a symbols. Then double click the thumbnail on the upper side of the library to preview the windows and open the edit window. Click the gray dolphin fill. So if you change your dolphin color into a gray color, click the property panel, then click hexadecimal text box, and then type 999. The six numbers of 999, it's represent the color of gray, and then press enter. What happened to the dolphin? Your object, dolphin, are now solid gray color. A while ago, the dolphin are gradient color. So the gradient colors have a lots of color, and then if you want to optimize this object, you need to convert the gradient color into a solid color. So that's why we change it, the gradient color of the dolphin, into a solid color, which is the gray one. Next, you want to optimize the cloud use shape tween. So you need, if you have your frames and then also you have the shape tweens or motion tweens, you need to reduce the lines and points. Why? In the beginning shape, by eliminating some of the curves. So you need, if you want to optimize, you need to have your shape. Why? If you have no shape at all, or you draw it already on the pencil, you cannot optimize your object. But optimizing your object, so you need to have your shape tween. Next, to select the cloud shape on the state if necessary, then click modify on the menu bar, points to shape, then click optimize. So the last one is double click the optimization strength text box if necessary to select it. Type 100 to make sure the show total message checkbox is selected, then click OK. And the last one is click OK to close the Adobe Flash CS. Our application version that we use is Flash CS3 dialog box. Then click the frame 147 if you have the 147 frame, and then a cloud shape twin layer. Select the final cloud shape on the state, then click modify on the menu bar, point to shape. Click optimize and repeat all the steps in all your objects. So next, lock the cloud shape twin layer and test movie, then save the your document into a file you wanted. Okay, so let's go. Let's try to follow this instruction by using our flash. So I have already my object. So I use the gradient color on my sky, and then I need to change this into solid color to optimize my object sky. So first one, the first procedure is to start your file. So I have already my file, and then I have my sky, dolphin, and ship. So I don't have a ship, so all my objects are solid color. So I need to change my object color into gradient color. So for example, my sky is gradient color, and then my sky has a lot of colors. It has a lot of color blue. And then step 2, unlock my sky layer. Go to scene 1 and unlock my sky layer. So for example, this is my sky layer, and then unlock. So all my layers are already unlocked. So next, step 3, show the property panel if necessary. Click the file color. So for example, go to your property panel. Here is the property panel. Then change your color. So into 003, 003, hashtag 003, and then F, and then enter. So I have already my grade. This number, hashtag 003 and FF, is the number, the color code of my sky. Next, the shape color change to solid blue. If you want to make this into a solid blue, to eliminate the need of the flash to store the intermediary blue colors, then to decide to keep the old color into the new one. So step 4, show the library panel, then click the dolphin symbol. So dolphin symbol, and then double click the thumbnail, and then the edit window are open. Step 5, click the gray color to fill. So I need to change my color. Example, I need to change this into, it's the instruction already instructed. So hashtag 999 na anim. So what happened? 99999 yon. Okay, 999. So my dolphin are already been changed into the gray one. So step 6, unlock the clouds. So go to, as you can see, all my layers are already unlocked. So next, So if you have your uh, frames and then it has the different twins, so it's okay. So select the cloud shape on the state necessary, then click modify on the menu bar. So for example, I have my clouds, and then open your clouds on the library panel, clouds. Double click on the center of the thumbnail and then modify. Go to shape, optimize. So the dialog box, if already the optimized curves has a dialog box as shown in the figure, showing many curves remaining. So for example, I don't have any curves, so maximum how many curves on my clouds. So for example, I change this to this one, and then many curves remain in the percentage reductions it achieved. Ideally, the change do not affect any shape's appearance, right? If I turn this to 100% curves, and then if you want to see on the stage, the appearance does not affect. It's good practice to optimize each shape in a shape tween. So you optimize the ending shape in the last frame. So, okay. So another dialog box are showed. Click OK to close the dialog box, then click the frame 147 cloud shape if you have already the 147 clouds or 147 rather frames. Then the twin layers, select the final cloud shape on the stage, then click modify on the menu bar, point to shape. Click optimize to repeat all the 7 steps, then close your Adobe Flash dialog box. So the original shape has a 30 curves. My optimized shape has 25 curves. This is 16% reduction of my curve line on my cloud. So last one is the lock the cloud shape twin layer and then test your movie. Control enter. So as you can see, my animation are not giving or showing any movement because I don't have any movement or frames on my timeline. It only has the frames, but the rest have not the action because I don't have any inserting frames. Okay, so I hope you understand my lesson for today, and optimizing your movie can help to reduce the files of your animation. So that's the end of my lesson. Thank you for listening, and I hope you have a lot of understanding on my lesson, and see you on the next lesson. Goodbye.